Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm really excited because I'm finally filming a video that you guys have been asking for a lot, and it is my BBL plastic surgery video. And first of all, I just want to say that no, I did not get surgery. I did keto, I drank a lot of water, and I wore my waist trainer. I'm just kidding. Obviously not. I did do keto, so if you guys have been following me on Instagram, then you would know that I was following a ketogenic lifestyle, aka keto diet. Most of last year, I started in March, and I did it from March to July, like full throttle, and I lost about 40 pounds. And then after that, I had took a little break for my birthday week, and then it's really hard to get back into keto when you fall off after being on it for so long, because you get a little taste of freedom and then you just start eating. So definitely my biggest recommendation, if you want to start keto, give yourself a reasonable amount of time to lose the weight that you want to lose, and stick to it. Don't fall off, because on keto there are no cheat days. As soon as you cheat just a little bit, then you're just gonna mess up. But if you do mess up, it's okay to just start right back the next day. What I tell a lot of people, because I did mentor a lot of people to start keto, and a lot of people did lose like 30 pounds and up when I mentored them, was you're gonna fail. Most people fail the first time and then they start again. That's fine. I personally was so motivated because I had hit like my highest weight, and I just couldn't, like, I just was not comfortable in my skin anymore. So I just started and I never looked back. Okay, I'm a little anxious because talking about like weight and body image and all of that is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people, including myself. Even after plastic surgery, I'm still very nitpicky on myself about my body, and that is definitely a habit that I need to stop, because otherwise I'm gonna sit here looking crazy getting every surgery you could think of. So I never talked numbers on my keto page because I've always been embarrassed about my weight and being overweight, but it's also empowering to kind of just take control of your insecurities and all of that, and not let people use it against you. So last year I weighed myself in March, and I was 247 pounds. When I saw that number on the scale, my heart dropped. Immediately my day was ruined. I weighed myself at my cousin's house, and I went home. Like, I didn't even want to hang out with her anymore because I just couldn't believe it. I was always someone that I never like got on scales because I was traumatized. I was the kind of person that I would go to the doctor and I would tell them, don't tell me how much I weigh, because it was like a really big deal for me. I've been overweight my whole life. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, keto helped me a lot. If you guys are interested in keto and learning what keto is, I highly recommend Keto Connect and Ali McWowie here on YouTube. Their videos help me out a lot. They taught me about simple eating. Sometimes keto recipes can be very confusing, but when you keep them very simple, it's easier to stick to. And also, keto fast food options have gotten really crazy and really creative lately, so sticking to keto is definitely a lot easier. And also, shameless plug, you guys can follow my own nutrition page. I'm not on keto anymore, and I don't plan on doing keto for a while, but obviously all of that could change within the next couple months. So definitely follow my page. I'm going to put it up on the screen. It's called Emma B Eating with 2 G's. And yeah, so now to talk about plastic surgery. So I want to get the main points out so that you guys can, that's pretty much what you guys are here for. So everyone wants to know what doctor I went to. I went to Dr. Robles in the Dominican Republic. I paid, I'm anxious. Okay, so I went to Dr. Robles in the Dominican Republic. Surgery, the procedure itself alone is $5,600. They do tell you that you have to bring an extra $2,500 for additional fees, such as tests, blood work, COVID testing, just a lot of things that you need to do out there that are not part of your procedure. So you want to make sure to bring the extra money. And then I went ahead and brought extra money just in case I needed to stay longer, just in case I needed more medication, just in case I needed anything, because with surgery, like I said, well, I didn't say it. With surgery, there are a lot of risks. You could need blood transfusions, you could need iron shots, you know, there's just a lot of things that can come up with surgery, and you definitely want to be financially prepared for something like that. So I would recommend to bring between $8,500 and $9,500. I took $9,500, and I want to say I only used $8,500, but it felt good to know that I had the extra $1,000 if I needed it for whatever reason. Also, a really big thing I want to tell you guys, plastic surgery, yes, everyone glamorizes it, everyone makes it seem like it's so easy and you just go get your surgery and boom, you're a hot girl, and that's just not how it works. Recovery is really long, recovery is really hard, mentally and physically, emotionally, everything. Like, there was a lot of times where I got very depressed because I was away from home. So you definitely want to mentally prepare yourself for this, because your body goes through so many changes at once when you look in the mirror and you don't recognize who you are. And on top of that, you're swollen, you're cut up, you're in a lot of pain. It can get a little depressing. So I do want to, you know, put that out there, because that was my experience, and I know a couple other girls that also got surgery said that was their experience, and I feel like people don't talk about that enough. So just, you know, be mindful that recovery is really hard and it's a very long process. Like, I'm 1 month post-op and I still struggle to get in and out of bed sometimes. I still struggle with, you know, bending over to pick things up. Like, it's a lot. So the procedures that I got done were I got lipo of my armpits, my back, and my waist. I got a muscle repair and a tummy tuck. So the muscle repair is when you are overweight, your muscles in your stomach stretch out, and then she sews them together and then does the tummy tuck on top. Basically helps your stomach get a little bit harder. I know some doctors do like the ab sketching. I didn't want that because I have really big thighs, I have big arms. Like, I didn't want like abs and then like thick old juicy thighs. It just wasn't what I wanted. What else? And then I got the BBL, of course. I got a natural looking BBL, and I did get some fat added to my hips because I had really big hip dips. I'm gonna try to post on the screen my before and after pictures for you guys, and you guys can see I was very boxy. I didn't have any shape. Even after losing 70 pounds, I was still basically like shapeless. So definitely I wanted surgery. I know that I wanted surgery since I was like 17. I've always had really big thighs and no ass, so that was always my biggest insecurity. I didn't always want the tummy tuck though. I wanted a tummy tuck after I lost weight and I had a lot of loose skin. So one really big tip, if you do decide to do keto or just any weight loss journey, please work out. I wish I would have worked out. I didn't, so now I have really soft arms and thighs. As soon as I'm able to start working out again, I'm going to focus on those areas, but as of right now I cannot work out. Also, a lot of people were asking me questions and I wasn't answering them on Instagram, not because I didn't want to. Trust me, I have no problem like with being open with you guys. I'm very honest. I'm not embarrassed of anything. I don't know why anybody would be embarrassed to have spent $8,000, $9,000 on surgery. Like, people just don't have that kind of money sitting around, you know? So I don't know why anybody would be embarrassed. Personally, I mean, like I said, I was shaped like a refrigerator. So all of a sudden I come through with Coke bottle and I sit here and lie like I didn't get surgery. Well, I mean, again, it's my business, you know. If I don't want to be open about it, I wouldn't, but I want to because I feel like I had a lot of questions when I, you know, was looking into getting surgery, and I didn't have a lot of people to help me. So, you know, if I could be that for somebody or just give somebody that motivation to just start to even eat healthy, or, you know, maybe you have your surgery money and you're just scared, maybe this will give you guys that motivation. So I do want to also explain to you guys the process of me getting there and all of that, because I know that traveling to another country can be really scary. So I left so I went to the Dominican Republic 3 days before surgery, because the first 2 days, the first day you get there, obviously you sleep, and then, so I got there 3 days before surgery. The first day I got there about 2 o'clock, and I slept most of the day. I was really tired, so I just got there, I ate, and I just went right to sleep. When you get to the airport, they assign a driver to you. I believe there's 3 drivers. I got the best driver in the whole world. I had already previously talked to him before him picking me up, so I already knew what he looked like. I knew his name, and I knew what kind of sign he was going to be holding, so I knew what to look for when I got there. So you walk out to the airport, and then your driver is there waiting for you immediately. And then he takes you to the car, and he takes you to the recovery house. The next morning he picks you up and takes you to do all your blood work, your COVID testing, chest x-rays. Then we did a breathing exercise to make sure that you could breathe well on your own. They check your heart, everything. Like, it's a thorough, we even got our body scan. I can't remember what it's called, but they scan your body just to make sure that everything is a-okay for surgery, which is really see, a lot of people are scared of going to other countries because they think like, oh, they're just gonna throw you on the table and do surgery, and that is not the case. My doctor does not play with her patients. If your hemo is low, she will not operate. She will make you wait and get your hemo up or reschedule your surgery, which for me was my biggest fear because I am naturally always low in iron. Like, it's just always happens. So I was like tripling up on my iron intake before like the months before surgery, because I wanted my hemo to be well, and it was, thank God. But I barely made I barely made the cut, so I did have to get a blood transfusion, which I didn't even know I got a blood transfusion because I was asleep when they did it. But like I said, the doctor would not do anything to put your life at risk, and like, and complete opposite, she would do everything to make sure that you are healthy, and she takes preventative measures as well. So the moment she starts to feel like something is not right, she will go ahead and fix it before it becomes a problem. So huge shout out to Dr. Robles. She is the best. Her staff, her team is amazing. They make you feel welcome. They also make you feel at ease because they understand that, you know, you're coming from a whole other country. They also work with a lot of non-Spanish speaking patients, so they do try their best to accommodate everyone. But I will say this right now, if you decide to go to my doctor based off my recommendation, please still do your research. It's so important because maybe the work that she does is not what you're into or whatever. Still, please do your research. I'm very confident in Dr. Robles, and I would recommend anyone to her, but I would still advise you guys to do your own research because there are a lot of doctors in the Dominican Republic that are amazing, and you want to make sure to pick the one that's best for you, based off of your body type, your BMI, and the look that you're going for. And she basically checked off everything on my list of things that I wanted and needed from my doctor. So yeah. So as far as just traveling out of the country and like it being unsafe, it's completely safe. Like I said, they pick you up, they take you everywhere you need to go. My driver even sat in my appointments with me because I told him that I was anxious. So he literally sat there while they drew my blood. He sat there when they did my COVID testing. He sat there with me through everything because I was so anxious and scared. So yeah, that's definitely amazing. Highly recommend. I can't believe that I was so scared. Like, once I got there, I wasn't scared anymore. It wasn't until I woke up from surgery. Okay, so I asked you guys to ask me questions on Instagram, and I went ahead and screenshotted them, so I'm going to go ahead and answer them to the best of my abilities. So somebody said, what is the worst part of healing and how long did you have to stay? For me, like I said, the worst part of healing was more so mental. It was being away from my family. That was the hardest part. But as far as like physical pain, I would say the worst, like most painful, is your back and your butt. The tummy tuck is not as painful as the lipo and the BBL. So if you're gonna just get lipo and BBL, it is a lot of pain. People don't talk about this enough, and I don't understand why, because the first 2 days I was like in full regret. Like, I was like, why did I do this? Like, it's like you don't even know what you get yourself into until you're there, and it's crazy. So yeah, the worst part was definitely the lipo and the BBL. And the itching, oh my god, the itching. It's like this uncontrollable itch inside of your body. It's not like superficial, you can't just scratch it, like it does not go away. I remember I almost had an anxiety attack because I was itching all night. Like, I didn't even sleep that night. It was crazy. And how long did you have to stay? So doctor recommends you to stay there 14 days after surgery. Some girls stay less. I personally stayed my 14 days because of my travel time. So I believe my travel time was about 9 hours, and I'm happy I waited my full 2 weeks after surgery. And like I said, I got there 3 days before surgery. So yeah, I was there for a total of 18 days. And then somebody said, did you consider Mexico? Who was your doctor? You look great. Thank you. I did consider Mexico. Mexico was actually my first choice, naturally being that I'm Mexican and I go to TJ all the time. Like I said, I'm from LA, so TJ is like a 2-hour, 3-hour max drive from where I live. So I initially did want to go to TJ also because it was much cheaper than out here in LA. But the doctor that I wanted to go to, he works with pretty low BMI. So my BMI was 32 when I got my surgery, and I believe Dr. G at Vive wanted me to be at 28, and that was just not the body type that I was looking for. So that's why I made the decision not to go to TJ. But other than that, if you're like naturally a little bit smaller, then Vive is a really, really good place. One of my friends actually went in October and she looks fucking amazing, and her sister did as well, and they look amazing. So yeah, TJ definitely has really good doctors, but they just weren't catering to a gordita like me. Like, I wanted to look like I'm a cheeseburger away from being fat, but you know, I still wanted a waist and I still wanted hips. So did it hurt, and how long is the healing process? So yes, it did hurt a lot, I'm not gonna lie, but it's worth it. So you have to want something more than it scares you in order for you to do it, and that's where I was at that point already, because I booked my surgery since July. So I had from July to January to mentally prepare myself. And healing process is about 6 months, but a lot of people say to fully recover and just feel like yourself again, it takes about a year. But after 6 months, you're pretty much back to normal. But I would say after your first month, you're pretty much good. The doctor says that after 3 months is when you start to really love your body, because your first 2 and 3 months, you're still like swollen and, you know, everything's kind of just barely falling into place. So yeah. And then, what recovery house did you stay at? I stayed at Deluxe Recovery House, and it was an amazing experience. When you book with Dr. Robles, you don't have to coordinate your stay at a recovery house. They do all of that for you, which is really cool, because I know some doctors make you book like your stay at recovery houses. So Dr. Robles works with Deluxe Recovery House, and they take care of all of that for you, which was very helpful. And then another question was, how many massages did you receive? In total out there, I received 10 massages. 4 days after surgery, I started my massages, and I got 10 lymphatic massages. That's when I had drains. So I had drains in the front and the back. And yeah, you basically push out a bunch of like fat and fluid and blood that's like kind of just hanging out there. So yeah, I got 10 massages out there, and I am resuming massages still. So how much for everything? So like I said, it was about $8,000 to $8,500 for everything. And then somebody said, OMG girl, you look bomb. Is the cut and scars big? Thank you so much. So the cut is definitely big. I don't have kids, but the best way I can explain a tummy tuck incision is like a C-section. So if you have kids and you had a C-section, then you know it's an incision from hip to hip. So I am cut from this side to this side, and then you're stitched up. And then I do have 2 holes on the top of my stomach. I mean, on the top of my back right here. 2 really small holes. They're about the size of a pea, and those are the holes where she went in to lipo my back. I have 2 small holes under my breast, and that was to lipo up here and my sides. And then I do have 2 holes under my butt cheek, and again, they're super tiny. They're pretty much healed now. You can't really see them. They're just really small scars, and in a couple months they should be completely invisible. So I do have 2 small holes under my butt, which is where she went in and did the fat transfer from. And then I have 2 drain holes. So I have a little hole right on, like under my tummy tuck, where my drain was for my front. And then I have a hole right on the top of my butt crack, like literally at the tip of your butt crack where your back drain goes, and those little incisions don't bother me. They're basically gone now. You could hardly see them. And the only scar that is really gonna need, like, you know, attention and a little more like TLC is definitely a tummy tuck scar. A lot of people also ask me why I got a tummy tuck if I'm not gonna have, I mean, if I don't have kids yet, and I don't plan on having kids for a long time. If my significant other and I decide to have kids, then that would just be a mutual decision. But as of like right now, neither of us want kids, so we're good. Like, yeah, and doctor recommends to wait at least a year or two before we have kids. So yeah, I don't see myself having kids this year or next year. So that's why I decided to get a tummy tuck, because like I said, I had a lot of excess skin from losing weight and I wanted to get rid of that. I feel like, why wait for kids that I might not have, you know, to get surgery? I just feel like there's so much pressure on women to have kids and start a family, and it's like, what if I just want to be a hot girl and I don't want to have kids right now? You know, I personally want to be like a 30-year-old first-time mom. Like, that's fine with me. I don't care. But again, you know, God has a plan. So if I have a baby next year, then fuck it, I have a baby. But as of right now, that's not in my plans at all. So yeah, did you get a BBL? How bad did it hurt after? It hurt. It hurt, but it's worth it. Anything that's worth it will not come easy. And then, what advice do you have for other girls going to get a BBL? You need a lot of support. And I'm just going to say that right off the bat, the best thing that I did was stay at a recovery house. I can't imagine going through my first 2 weeks at home. There's no way, because I need a nurse with me at all times. Unless you could afford a private nurse to be like at home with you all day, every day for your first, like, at least your first week, you need to stay in a recovery house, because taking a shit is hard, peeing is hard, getting in bed is hard, getting out of bed is hard, sitting down is hard, sometimes just breathing is hard. So I highly recommend you guys to have a lot of support. And for me, that is in the form of, you know, healthcare workers, nurses, doctors that know what they're doing. They know how to take the pain away. They know how to set you up. Like, this is their job. I feel like mentally and like emotionally, I would have loved to have my mom, but there was nothing my mom could have done for me to make me feel better, because I was just in a lot of pain. So you definitely want to stay at a recovery house if you are getting lipo and BBL and a tummy tuck, or even if you're just getting lipo and a BBL. Highly recommend that. Somebody said how much for a 360 and a BBL. I could be wrong. Like I said, I got a tummy tuck, so mine was more, but I want to say it's between $4,500 and $5,000. Don't quote me, but I believe that's what it is. But you can always DM Dr. Robles and she can help you with all of that. Woo! Let me show you guys what my body currently looks like right now. Today is February 10th and I got my surgery January 5th, so I'm a little bit over a month post-op, just a little bit. And let me show you guys what I look like. I'm still in a lot of pain, by the way, but yeah, I can. Okay, so this is what my waist looks like. Like I said, there are a lot of things that I could point out and change about myself, but the next surgery that I'm gonna get is my breast, and I'm gonna get an arm lift. I do want to definitely get rid of the hangs so that I'll be more comfortable wearing tank tops, tube tops, whatever. So this is what my waist looks like. I can put it up. I'm wearing a faja. You do have to wear your faja for 6 months after surgery, so yeah, it's actually really comfortable. I'm not gonna lie, it's only uncomfortable your first couple weeks, and then after that you kind of get used to it. But this is what the faja looks like, and it goes all the way down to my knees, and then it goes up like this to compress this part, because then you do get lipo here. And then let me show you guys from the back. So I am still really swollen right here, super tender, and I'm really swollen right here. And then let me show you guys my booty. So this is what my waist looks like. Pretty small. And it's also gonna get smaller. And then, like I said, my back is really swollen, so my butt looks a little flat, but like I said, I did want a natural butt, so yeah. And then you guys can see here, it's really swollen. when I take my faja off, it looks like a little donut right here. So all of that is swelling. It's very normal. And then you guys can see she filled in my hip dips because I had literally a slope right here. It was like this. So yeah, and then a little back view again. Excuse my dirty ass mirror. I mean my dirty ass room. Let me show you guys. Zoom in. Get it in 4K, baby. Like that. So yeah, like I was saying, thank you so much to everyone who, just in general, you guys are really, really sweet, especially on Instagram, because I know that's where I'm the most active. Thank you guys for all your love and support throughout the years. It really means a lot to me. I have a lot of fun things coming on in the future. For example, the camera that I'm currently recording on, I bought it so I can start vlogging. It's a really cute camera and it's more compact than my EOS T5i that I used to use for vlogging. So, I mean for filming. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And maybe share this video with somebody who you know wants to get plastic surgery or even lose weight. If you guys want a video on keto, like what keto is and all of that, let me know. I'm down to make one of those. There are, like I said, a bunch of really good videos on YouTube. But if you guys want one from me, I'll go ahead and film that for you. What else? Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I know it was a long video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.